What's up, everybody, and welcome to another Shock and Awe Toy Reviews. 2, sometimes 3 idiots, 1 camera, and a review. I'm one of your reviewers, Wilson. Berg is not here, the second idiot of the show. Instead, I am joined by a very special person, special guest reviewer, my son, the boy. Say hello, boy.
Hello, boy.
And what are we reviewing, Mr. Boy?
We're reviewing all the characters except for 2. We're missing 2 because one, for some reason, it got lost, and one we haven't bought yet. And this all builded Thanos.
That's right. So this is the wave for Avengers Endgame, and it's Build-a-Figure Thanos, which is the main draw, I would say, to get this set, this whole wave, if you want to build him. You also get some cool toys. So we're just going to run through these real quick, starting with the look at him. Why don't we start with Mr. Livin' Laser here. I love him, first of all, because he's like a nice pink, like bright pink purple, and he's almost see-through, right? He's almost like translucent completely, and it's a nice firm plastic as well. He's got these cool white lightning stripes on his arms, as well as this paint on his shoulders, and that's all done pretty well, I would say, don't you think? His mask is very cool as well.
I would say I like about his paint because it's pinkish, and I like his mask that it's so long. I like his back, how it's so whitish. I like his white here, see that part? I like how he has one different part where, like, basically it's purple, black, and white. I especially like how he has like sharp claws right there. I like the sculpt because his head's longer than I would say, and I would say that's it. Next, I think we should talk about Citizen V.
What is it about Citizen V that you like?
Well, I like how he has this whitish mask where he's kind of like a mystery figure too.
Yeah.
And I like how he has a sharp sword where like it's pointy, and I don't exactly like his cape. See, it doesn't exactly match his body.
That's a good point. That's very good. Yeah, his cape is a lot darker blue here than it is on his legs, and even the reds of the shoulder here don't match the reds of his hands and wrists and forearm and stuff.
But I would say I like the paint about how they sculptured and did the paint for these cloth things.
Yeah, they look really good. And this is a nice loose piece too, and that's where you can sit his sword. The boots are nicely sculpted. You can see all the laces and everything. It's a nice dark red, and it's got weathering and fading on it too, which works. The only thing that may bother some people, Mr. Berg, is the joints in there are lighter red than what's painted in there. But that's not a big deal at all. Only if you're a weirdo would you care. Next up, what I would say is one of the best figures of the whole wave is Ronan.
He's a mystery figure too. You don't know who he is until you see the new Endgame movie.
That's right.
You better see it.
Yeah,
it's an awesome movie.
We're not gonna spoil that, are we?
Nope.
Okay.
We don't want to tell you who it is.
So Ronan's got some cool golds. He's just black and gold. Looking at it, you can tell some of the gold could probably have done a second pass, especially here on his wrists. Some of the black is showing through under the paint, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I like how he has nice goldenness around. I think his sculpture for his feet are nice. He has these nice blades, like, and he has these nice, like, shoulder pads.
Oh, his knee pads, you mean?
Yeah. Sometimes this can come off easily.
Yeah, that's one of my
attached.
Yeah, that's one of my kind of gripes about him is the hood isn't like sculpted to the body. It's just a separate piece. And it stays on if you can get it kind of flipped under his collar there, but it's kind of annoying because I wish it was just one piece.
And it doesn't exactly matter which way you put it, this way or that way. Don't make it exactly different changes.
Yeah. So yeah, he looks pretty good, but I wish the gold on the knee pads and stuff looked a bit better. Looking at it now, up here there's a lot of kind of slot, and it's spilling over into the black. So, but that's kind of typical Hasbro stuff.
I would say that would be it.
Yeah, okay. Moving on, we're looking at Ebony Maw, or just Maw. I can't remember if Ebony's in his name.
I like how he has this like hand right here where it looks like he can open some sort of portal.
That's what he does in the movie, right? When he's moving like the rocks around.
Oh
and everything.
yeah, I like his sculpture of his pants. Like that's pretty nice.
Yeah,
It's like
he's got all kinds of little like
bumps all over.
Yeah, bumps and in the detailing of the legs and everything. He looks like he walked right off of the movie screen. I think he looks fantastic. He's one of the best looking figures of the set.
Yeah, he looks so realistic.
Yeah.
Except for the hair, because I
you
think
don't like the hair back here?
Yeah, in the movie, actually, his hair was kind of like...
Was it more white, do you think?
Yeah, it was like more whitish.
Okay.
Next, I think we should move on to...
Hercules!
I like his vest because like he has a very nice vest. And I like the back. I'm sorry if you see a hole. I mistakenly broke it there.
Yeah, that was that's where the mace goes, right?
Yeah, I mistakenly broke it, but it's a circle one. See these golden things right there?
His wristbands?
Yeah, I think those are nice painted.
Those aren't painted though. That's just the color of the plastic.
Oh, I like how I would say his chest. It's nice and hairy, I would say.
You like how they painted all the hairs on his chest?
His pants. They're nice. Like, they look bumpy too, and I think they look kind of realistic.
Paint on this one's a little sketchy as well. His belt buckle has green parts that are poking through him.
He kind of looks like he's a wrestler.
Yeah, and some of the orange on his pants isn't done too well.
Oh, and another thing, I like how he has this helmet, and I like his hair.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice. For the final one, it's Thanos. For me, I would say I like the sculpturing of this for sure. It's
the gauntlet?
Yeah, it looks so realistic.
Yeah. It's got all kinds of crazy good sculpted detail in it. You can see each gem really well. And it's even weathered paint on it that gives it a real realistic pop. And that face sculpt looks exactly like Josh Brolin from the movie.
All his parts are pretty nice sculptured.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was saying. And all his paint's done really well, except for just a tiny bit of mess slop here. But, I mean, he's pretty amazing.
You can build him with all these guys, or I think maybe you could buy him online, just him.
Yeah, you could probably find him on eBay if you want. For the articulation, they all have pretty much the standard range of movement for Marvel Legends. The only kind of different thing that I find interesting about him is his upper torso moves as opposed to like having a waist, more like what you see on the female figures. And he's really nice and skinny, and he works really well. Yeah, you're getting your double knee joints, you're getting the double elbow joints, and they can all come in and out. And you get, of course, the waists or the thigh swivel that Mr. Rick likes. Thanos, he's got some good articulation, but with his muscles and armor, he doesn't get the bend as much as some of the other guys. But he's still able to move fairly well considering how big he is and how big all the armor is.
And just to tell you, the same thing for him. Look at. He only can move this. He can't move like him.
Yeah, he can't. He doesn't have a waist swivel or an upper torso part. They're going to be able to get any kind of pose that you want them to fight with, just like any good Marvel Legend. So now we're going to talk about some of the little extra bits that come with them. Why don't we start with Citizen V right here?
Sure. So he has only the sword, but that's fine. It's actually pretty nice. It's one of the nicest swords I've seen.
You like it?
Yeah, it's hard to get in his hand and keep it in. It falls out a lot.
And he can only put it in this hand, right?
Yeah. I wish he could have a switch of hands too.
Yeah.
But that's fine. He's nice as he is.
So and his cape comes off. It's one kind of soft, kind of rubbery piece. And did you know, Mr. Boy, that's this loop here is to hold his sword?
Oh, no, I did not. And it would be nice if there would be, like, some sort of thing where, like, you could fold up the cape and then, like, you could put it in some kind of place. That would be nice,
You would like
too.
that? That's kind of a cool idea, yeah. His sword doesn't have any paint on it. It's kind of bland and dull, but, I mean...
Even though it's kind of boring, it's fine.
We don't have Cap here because Cap doesn't come with the Build-A-Figure piece, so you don't need him. And Nighthawk, who we lost, he didn't come with any accessories, really, except, like, his big cape comes off, doesn't it? Maw here. Excuse me.
He doesn't exactly come with any articulate...
He didn't come with any accessories.
But that's fine. I think he's fine without any accessories. The only thing I...
thought so? Really?
I only think he could use a portal maybe. You know how he can open a portal? I only think he could have come with like a portal.
Maybe. Or like a thing of rock that like looks like he was throwing rocks or something.
Yeah.
So Ronan...
Well, he has about 3 things.
He's got more than that. We forgot his hand that throws the stars.
We just didn't want to bring that part because...
No, we forgot it. Let's
we
be
just
honest.
forgot it because...
Because I'm not smart. That's why. You definitely get your mom's genes. He's got the sheath for his sword.
He has this sword. He has 2 swords, actually. One is morally for, I would say, his hands. That one is more for, like, the case.
You think? You don't use the big one as much?
Yeah, I would rather like it in there.
It's very interesting that this comes off. I don't know if I
like in the
that or
first part, we don't like how it kind of comes off. I think we should move on to Hercules. He has 2 weapons. He has a nice sharp sword, and he has like this...
This mace is what it's called.
He can hold them in nicely.
Do they stay in his hands well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There, you could do any pose. Maybe we should show you a pose at the end with him.
Like we kind of mentioned before, it comes with 2 pieces on the back that let you store both the swords, which is nice. I always like it when you're able, if you don't want the guys to hold their weapons, that you have a place to keep the weapons.
Yeah, but just to tell you, be careful because these can come off pretty easily.
Yeah.
When like it was kind of stuck in, I should have just told my dad and he could have helped me.
Yeah.
But I wasn't being smart that time and I just thought to break it.
It's fine. It happens to the best of us. And Living Laser has some of my favorite things. I love these effect pieces. They're
They
soft
look like
enough.
he's shooting lasers.
Yeah, and you just wrap them around his arm. You could probably even do his leg if you wanted.
I don't like how they are so floppy and they can
Yeah.
come off pretty easily. That's the only part.
You make a fair point. I think, I mean, while they do wrap around his arms, they don't always look the best because they are softer. And maybe
They're kind of loose.
yeah, maybe well, because they're soft, I guess that's what makes them loose. Because they stretch out over time the more you play with them. So maybe a harder kind of plastic or something like that would have been better. I should have mentioned in the articulation, he's got some great range because I think he's using the kind of body that they make their Spider-Man toys with. And I like that he can get this wide movement. While this looks cool, the helmet, you can't move it really left or right because it's all this one piece that's blocking this movement.
I just want to tell you, I wish you could maybe have like 2 faces. Like you could maybe like switch, like let's say you could pretend like he was turning into Living Laser because he didn't mean to turn into Living Laser.
All right, and moving on. If anybody has seen the movie, they know what weapon Thanos uses. He uses this cool, gigantic, double-bladed thing. And this doesn't have really any paint, but it's got some decent details sculpted in there. If you wish to like panel line it or something, you could probably really make that
The only thing
pop.
I wish is that he could hold it in his thing.
That would be kind of cool. Yeah,
yeah.
This is a closed fist, so he can't hold anything in this. All right, and then for some size comparison, we have all of these guys here, but out here we have, this is the Marvel Legends comic book Thanos.
And this was another Build-a-Figure.
Yeah, from the Captain Marvel wave, right? The Kree Sentry robot. He's very cool. So you can see that their comic book guy is smaller than the movie guys that they make. This Thanos is actually bigger.
And they're about the same size.
They're about the same size too, yeah. So pretty cool. That gives you a good idea of about how big your toy you're getting for this. All right, now to the bottom line, where we rate the toys out of 5, 5 being the best, Mr. Boy. All the guys, as a whole, what would you rate them?
Well,
Shocking out to
so I would say they're 5.
5 out of 5?
Yeah.
All right, you like them a lot, though.
Mm-hmm.
You think it was worth getting the whole set? Every
yeah,
guy,
I'd
except for
say.
Cap.
Yeah. We didn't exactly need Cap.
Would you have wanted Cap, though, if you had to choose?
Well, maybe.
Spoilers coming up. If you haven't seen the movie, Cap gets a special weapon at the end that one of his teammates may use. It goes like this.
And he can
Boom.
and he can go like...
That's right. That's a good idea. So 5 out of 5. You love it.
Yeah.
I give the whole set a 3 out of 5. There's a lot of characters in this wave that I kind of don't really care about. Ronan is a highlight just because he's a cool character in the movie. He's a very cool toy. Ebony Maw is a lot cooler than I thought he was going to turn out to be. I'm really impressed with him. I don't care about Nighthawk. I don't care about Hercules. And some of the paint and everything on the guys isn't that great. But I absolutely love Thanos. Love him to death. This toy is fantastic. It's the best movie Thanos. He beats the previous movie Thanos that they had where he didn't have armor. I don't think that Thanos is worth buying the whole set. Luckily, you don't have to buy Captain America, like a 400th Captain America, to get Thanos. I would suggest going online, like eBay, and trying to find them. I'm sure maybe somebody's selling them for a decent price. I wouldn't pay too much for them, obviously, but getting the whole wave just to get all the figures is not only going to be difficult, it's going to be more expensive than it should be, probably. I would hold out and just trying to get a used version of this guy, but he's totally worth it. I love him. 3 out of 5 hammers is not bad at all. That's been it for this episode of Shock and Awe Toy Reviews. Thank you very much, son of mine, for joining me on this review. You did fantastic. Mr. Berg may actually quit. You did so well. So you can check out all the social media stuff in the show notes and some of it down here on the bottom of the screen. Thank you for watching. We love you all, any amount that you watched, and everybody who did. So until next time, say bye, boy.
Bye.